So this week, unfortunately, Red at Hydrogen pipped us to the post by 1-3. Really good job to them. They can just edging us out. So I've got a few 3-stars here to show you. We've got with 4 different attacks that I want to concentrate on. We're going to start with this one by B-Bomb, and this is just starting off with a Queen charge, moving down from 12 o'clock, and she's taking care of the CC. And the beauty of this symmetrical base is once the Queen is got down and committed on a direction, then B-Bomb can then plan the rest of attack around that. So he's not bothered what way she goes, and that allows him to save some troops. So when she commits to going down towards 3 o'clock, you can see he zaps over this side, he gets an air defense, he gets the sweeper, and he also gets the scatter shot as well. Over at this side, we've got a drag down at 3 o'clock. He's just going to swing along the bottom and keep all the other dragons pushed inside. That allows everything else to punch into the middle of the base and get maximum value. Now, the Queen is doing some amazing tanking on the scatter shot at the moment, and that's allowing these dragons to get in and protect them quite well. The blimp coming over the top, it's going to swing over the top and target that town hall. The dragons will move round by 6 o'clock, and you can see that the pathing is set up really well. Now, the Queen should, at this point, go back round the top. That's what logic would suggest. But instead she decides to beat on a wall for a while. So that's just Queen doing what Queen does. She then changes and decides to hit on another wall, but you know, that's just the way it is. And then you can see here, all we're looking at now, was a hound came out of that blimp as well, hound and goblins. And you can see that we've got loads of value coming out of this Royal Champion freeze on the back end, clearing out the base, and there's just nothing left. This base has been broken down really well. It's a really nice attack by and has a swag freeze at the end. Now this next attack by Fluffy Bunny, we've got a nice sort of like Yeti Witch attack. I've got some zaps in there as well. Now we're seeing this coming in quite a lot. We start off with a Warden Walk. It's over at 10 o'clock, and it gets a little bit low, and then you can see over at this back end we're zapping the scatter shot, sorry. And we spread those zaps out a little bit, but we're making sure we're getting the scatter shot included in that. And then we're going to have just speed this Warden walk up a little bit. Then you go over at 2 o'clock. We've got 2 Yetis down, a couple of Witches, and the siege barracks on that side. And all those troops that are there just to start off this funnel, get everything forced into the town hall. We've got some more Yetis down, and they're to pull the Warden in. Remember, with a Warden walk, you need to be dropping some troops to draw the Warden back in. And then you can see, because of the gaps in these walls that you're finding having got quite a lot, it's allowing the troops to just walk in. These skeletons can rush into the base and actually rattle through a lot of this base. Still got the Warden ability, pops it there as we get to the town hall, and then we've got a jump to get us over from the town hall compartment into this eagle compartment. Both scatters are down. We had the Warden walk on one side and just weakening everything up, and then we had the zap on the other side as well. And yeah, in comes the Royal Champ in at 10 o'clock as well, not even really getting any sort of use of her straight right away, and then she starts to get focused a little bit now. See that she's rattling through. Loads of splash on the back end of this, and this is what's risky about this attack. Witches don't like splash damage, so we've got healers working on the inside there, and but you can see that this base is just battered, absolutely battered, and we've got a couple of freezes in there just to freeze up that splash and let that Royal Champ get in. So this is a really nice attack by Fluffy Bunny, getting all the way through the base. Now I've got some super troops for you next. A couple of the Betatron guys were playing around with super troops, and it was really interesting to see. So these have been a little bit more traditional, will we say, using zap in a traditional way of taking out a scatter shot and pushing through the base. But let's have a look at some different stuff. So we're going to start off with this attack by Shrub, and you may have seen videos about this. So this has just been developed, but we've got 10 zaps, 2 earthquakes, and just a ton of witches. So the zaps are going to be used on these scatter shots, and because there's single target infernos here, there's nothing else that's going to really worry the witches. Multi-target infernos are really dangerous for witches. They just shred the skeletons. But actually, by using these, by having all singles, witches are really effective. and I've gone to the wrong side. So we've got super giants and golems in here. So we've got golems for a nice bit of tanking, and then the super giants are pretty strong as well. And actually, because they take up a little bit less housing space, we can get a little bit more coverage and a little bit more tanking across the whole side. And you can see that this is a proper spam attack. We've got some witches on the outside, we've got a whole load in the middle, and they're all following this wall wrecker in, targeting the eagle first, getting that eagle out the way, poisoning up the CC. King's taking the flak from the headhunters. That's the hero you want the headhunters to target. And you can see that we've got a nice early warden ability to make sure that this wall wrecker is going to get all the way into the middle of the base. The witches come back round again, and yeah, they're doing just an amazing job. And you can see there's still a lot of this base left, but just from sheer massive numbers, the amount of skeletons that we've got going on here, we're getting through. Now we've got sneaky gobs and ice golems in there just to slow down the rate that the town hall's attacking, and also to provide a little bit of extra sort of freeze tanking. See over here, when one of these ice golems go down, we're going to be able to freeze a wide area of the base. Continue around to the left hand side, there's still the queen still there, and a whole load of witches. And these sneaky goblins actually coming out the town hall and getting away from that town hall nice and quickly, and are getting in there as well. Let's speed this up because it is a little bit of a slow burn at the end. Look at the amount of skeletons though, that's crazy. So this is really effective, and we'll see bases are going to need to start being built to defend against this, because this is the new sort of the new spam attack. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward, but it's really nice to see. You see 3 single target infernos, so they're using this attack. Very, very nice. Okay, this one's something a little bit special. Now there might be an element of luck in this one, but you can see we've got Ugly Fox going in on Spinosaurus, and we're starting off with a wall wrecker push with some witches and the heroes in behind targeting this town hall. We've got a golem in there as well, and look at the amount of skeletons that those raged up witches are throwing in. Nice and early on the warden ability, getting everything through, and we're going to get a CC kill here in a second as well. Now coming in behind the witches, you can see there we've got super archers. Look at the range on these super archers, it's absolutely crazy. And this is just super archers and their range just supporting this push of yetis and witches and heroes. And you can see that it gets a little bit risky at some points, but we've got archers just working all over the shop and just battering through. There's the world champ has swung round the outside. It was deployed slightly later just to clean up one side of the base, and you can see that it doesn't look like there's much left there, and there's a lot of this base left to cover, but the range that these guys have got is just mental. So we've got a nice spread of these super archers. There goes one down to a spring trap. The queen and these super archers working together. The healer's doing a great job on those golems. Completely useless. But you can see that it's just rattling through and getting loads and loads of value. Now I did say there was an element of luck with this one. This was a little bit spammy and a little just edged it a little bit with the super archers. I'm going to call them sneaky archers. No sneaky archers. With the super archers, but a very nice attack. And look at this golem stepping up, tanking for the queen, so that the queen can get in and get rid of. Very nice attack. Maybe a bit space specific, but definitely showing that super archers can be played around with and can be quite useful. So we saw in a previous video the super archers being used at Town Hall 11. This isn't being used at Town Hall 13. In a similar sort of style where you've got some healers giving them support and just allowing them to just really use their range. Really, really good. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that video. A little bit of variation there with the super troops at the end. Great to see super giants getting used again. They're coming through this meta with witches. They're getting used more witches. And then the super archers right at the end there as well. The newest of the super troops, and one potentially that people haven't quite worked out exactly how to use yet. If you liked the video, give me a subscribe. If you want to come and watch me on Twitch, that'd be amazing. Come and hang out, catch up with some brilliant wars. We cover Global Clash Cup, we're covering Vertex Cup, we're covering Warrior Champ League, we're covering MLCW, we cover all sorts of different wars. And they're just great fun. So come and hang out, and yeah, catch you next time. Cheers.